bitch fat, and my body fat, and my legs fat, and I got so many fucking shoes, I got so many fucking Jordans. Oh my god, I'm rich.
It ain't me, fool.
Straight buster.
Straight motherfucking buster. There's a motherfucking Suburban Minorities in this bitch, and we still got the motherfucking machine rolling, and it's still going through all the sounds at the same motherfucking time. And
I smoke cause it gives me knowledge.
And it's enlightening me.
It's divine intervention.
In a way.
Cause you just smoked, and he said, I smoke cause it gives me knowledge.
I can't compute to you. And I blame society for making me feel this way for so fucking long. But I'm here, and I'm alive to tell the story to you in an intimate fashion. And I know I'm right. Perfect. My name is Luke.
My name is ODZ.
And they can't even see me straight, bro.
They can't.
I think let's start this shit over, dog.
We're gonna start it right here.
Let's go.
And it's coming from the principle. It's coming from the principle of this, dog.
Of what?
What is an entanglement? When
you have a husband?
When you have a husband.
Well, according to Will, they weren't together at the time. Did you watch the entire interview?
I did. All 13 minutes of it.
So why did she use the word entanglement instead of relationship?
Do you believe that there's like an accountability thing that would have to come into play with like the reluctance to say like, because if it's like in a relationship, then maybe she owns it in a certain way that downplays.
She could have said affair.
Her lack of. Like, why not just up and vanish?
What do you mean?
Why not up and vanish Will Smith?
Like, leave him?
Like, if you have to do that, like, out of respect for a relationship, why not, if you're not into it in that way, I mean, sure, you got kids, sure, but they're functional, they're not babies, sure, they're gonna be hurt by it when they see it happen, but if you have this disdain for this person, why not just say, hey, no more, because I'm going to be doing us both a service by me not giving you a half-ass version of myself and me not draining my energy from you if it's so hard for you to be happy. And everybody's seen the clips, so we don't gotta even play it, but like,
I think that they went through a hard time and they split up. Or like, some people take breaks in relationships and some people take advantage of those breaks and feel as though they have the opportunity to get with other people. And didn't they have an open relationship at one point too? If I'm not mistaken.
Personally, not too sure about it, but my whole thing is just
if they're willing to go through an open relationship, then I mean it's not that surprising that she had an entanglement with another man while they were together. Even if you're married and you guys break up, you guys are still married. You know what I mean? It's like you guys didn't get a divorce.
But I guess, this is all I bring this up so passionately because we've talked about, you know, shit like that in the past. My music talks about fucking. That my music talks about fucking. So like,
you're saying
I say all of this to say that I think that the idea of monogamy is in weird adaptation based on agriculture that we're not supposed to celebrate.
So do you think if everyone in society today were to switch to like polygamy, it would be like a benefit to society? Or do you think it wouldn't work out as you think it would? It's
not going to work out right now as we think it would. If it was like an open thing, then I think the people who are going to be able to do it are going to do it. And, you know, there's going to be people who fail at it. And then there's still going to be people who don't do it overall. But I think that if it was, I don't think it's going to be quick because it would just be starting. You're still going to have people who are still holding on to that belief or, you know, being like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you think that affects families, though? If you got so many, like, polygamous relationships, how do you think that would affect kids, like, growing up with, like, parent relationship?
See, but if we didn't have, like, everything is just so personalized now.
Yeah.
Down to the point that it's like, you're gonna feel a sense of like resentment based off of like a lack of attention and things like that, just based off of like how you can be pigeonholed to think. Like you could be so caught up in like, I'm not trying to let these people down, but like you got this. Clearly, Jada Pinkett Smith is an example of this. Clearly, Will Smith clearly is an example of this, and all sorts of fucking examples of you just want to fuck other people.
Do you think there's a such thing as like sexual like obedience and like
I believe in it. Yeah, I believe it's real. In the same way that like I believe in religion and don't necessarily practice it.
maybe we're just hypersexualized. Maybe people just want to fuck all the time, and that's just because sex sells and we're surrounded by shit like that all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking from,
you're touching yourself while you talking about sex. But yeah, no, I think it's hard not
I'm
to.
rubbing my leg.
I think it's hard not to, dude. I think it's right there, and I guess it was like low hanging fruit. Everybody's talked about this shit a lot, but I just think, I just wanted to put my exclamation point. Like, if anybody ever looks back in history and is like, how did Luke feel about this? He'll be here to say that,
Are you gonna follow Brother Polite and...
I motherfucking told you so. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna follow Brother Polite and try it out one time? For the one time? See if it works?
The polygamy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's already like ghetto polygamy though.
Yeah, I've been practicing ghetto polygamy.
Yeah, like have a bunch of kids like out of wedlock. Just like, you know what I mean? I'm a product of that. Speaking of personal experience.
Suburban Minorities.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm a product of Jungle Fever.
Yeah, so I got like two. No, my dad has like 3 families, and I'm part of one of them. So I mean,
3 families, that's lit. You're born on the 3rd. That's cool, dude. But your mentality must be warped.
Yeah, but so I guess that's ghetto polygamy. I have an Irish twin too, so I got a brother born in the same year.
You got a brother with red hair and he's white?
No, Irish twin is someone who's born in the same year.
Something like 8 months apart.
Who was born in the same year.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're half brothers, but yeah.
What, dude? Dude, I gotta meet this guy. That's funny as fuck. I gotta meet him, dude.
Yeah. So.
Have you met him? Like, how's that relationship?
No, yeah, we're close. I mean, shit, I play basketball with my brothers all the time. Like 2 weeks ago was the last time I really seen them.
That's wild, man.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it works out sometimes.
I feel
but
like
still,
that's your like twin. That has to be like.
Yeah, it's my Irish twin.
Your dad was on the same type of time at that, like during that year. So like, bro, I've been looking.
He had 2 kids in 1 year.
I've been listening to Jordan Peterson's podcast. He's been talking about how our DNA responds to whatever environment that we're in, and like.
Right.
Through what we see, we start to code proteins for what we need to like adapt in an environment, and you could start turning on parts of yourself throughout just like being exposed to certain type of shit.
So where do you want this?
I'm going with this to, I guess, tie it back to like at that given point, your dad was like the same as he could possibly be at any other point in his life. You know what I mean? Like he was like as close as an age as he was at those times in conception. Do you know what I mean?
So, no, I don't.
Like, you know how much you change over a year?
Yeah.
He was just himself, he was like the same exact version of himself. He was like the most recent version. You know, like you get software updates as the seasons change.
Right.
But like,
so
because that was so back to back.
He had 2 kids in the same OS operating system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. During that season, like it was like that harvest. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Shout out to my dad. Shit.
Bro, it cut off, man. Sexual liberation.
How do you feel about like the young women of today putting themselves out there so much so? Do you think how it's gonna play out in the future when like women start having kids and they're gonna grow up and then the internet lives forever? So there's a good chance that they might see that.
I think is like as they grow up, that's not gonna be like a thing that like anybody would want from like their mom in specific. your dad does it. As much as there's a stereotype, man, it's just like if your dad does it, it's like a little bit, but it's still degrading. I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna result in too many people feeling.
You think
good.
it's cool if like your dad does it and it's out there, as opposed to like your mom? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I was just going off on a mini tangent in my head, talking about like you said the young women in particular. So I was saying I don't think it's gonna
like
be good
with like
for
the
them.
OnlyFans and shit like that, and how it's like almost like celebrated when you know how much money they're making off of it and shit, and it's like
I think it's just like stripping, ain't it?
yeah, but it's also like documented and put on the internet, and like people can like screenshot it and like save it forever and like hold it against you as time goes on.
But like,
I'm just looking at it like in the
what
future.
are they holding against you, really? Like my naked
Nothing.
body?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay, you got me. That's what I am underneath my clothes. Like,
But-
whoop de fucking do, man.
you don't feel like that's kind of like invasive a little bit?
I don't think that anybody who's in a frail mind state should do that shit. Anybody who's on the
That's
fence
true.
about it,
Yeah.
anybody who's gonna be broken by it, if you're gonna go hard, go hard. Don't be a little bitch about it. But that's the problem, and that's where we get so many fucking things like wrong, is because we're basing all of this in like shame and monogamy.
Do you not think that's like a shameful thing to do, or do you think it's whatever?
There's a lot of spiritual
There's a lot of spirituality behind getting naked.
There's a lot of spirituality behind
Yeah,
sex.
getting naked on camera.
No, bro, I'm talking about like the act of having sex with a woman. It's real. Like you get your soul tied to it. Speaking of that, dude, we gotta put a pin in that. But anyways, man, fucking man, I think that it shouldn't be broadcasted in a film form, that type of thing, unless you want it to be.
Yeah,
But like that's the thing. Some people do it, but they don't want it. That's the thing. Like
Right.
it's like it doesn't matter if you go out and take the leap to do it. Doesn't mean that you necessarily even want to. You may just be fucking, trying to put yourself on through a free little domain. Especially as a woman, they get fucking sex so easy they could sell it. They may just be. It's so tempting. Could you, bro? Come on, man. Like if I look good and was a woman, I'd be trying to make money.
Yeah.
I'd just do the same as a man. Like, so it is what it is. But I was speaking about fucking the soul tiedness with sex. I had sex with this woman on her while she was on her menstrual cycle, bro. And we are just on
you guys are synced up.
We're forever in a voodoo state of life.
What do you mean?
Like we are like there is no
Like so, like a blood sacrifice, since it was like a period.
essential. It's a bloodbath.
Yeah, because I mean, you were talking about like the Santeria shit.
Yeah.
And, like, so I mean, I guess that makes sense. And they do a lot of blood sacrificing. And your blood is sacred, so when you fuck a girl on her period and her blood gets on you, you guys have like a biological bond at that point that can't be broken. Same if you like defecate on a woman or you get pissed on, it's like the same thing. Because you gotta think about your excretions. It's like your body doesn't want this fluid. So if I put it on you, it's like, you know what I mean? It means a lot.
You ever piss on a woman, OD?
I can't say that I have. I can see it happening though, like if you're in the shower
Vision.
and you gotta piss and she's in the shower with you, you might as well just piss on her because she's in the shower and she's gotta get clean. So that makes sense. But I mean, like,
No,
also
you
like
ever-
R. Kelly shit, no.
In a dry location?
No. That'd be funny though. I farted around women. Have you ever farted around like?
Yeah.
That wasn't like.
Was
you know
that
what I
like
mean?
a big deal for you?
Yeah, it was.
I know what you mean, dude. Sometimes you don't want to. But like fucking I think that if you just fucking rip ass and own it, Like you got to make that decision quick though, because if you let it like cook up, your stomach's gonna make something nasty. You're just gonna wind up shooting out shit. Like, you can't think about it. Like as soon as it happens, you gotta just own it, rip ass, bro. And she'll probably be into it a little bit. Like damn, she'll
smell it.
No, be like, hey, bitch, this is what. No, I'm just playing. Nobody talks like that. I'm just playing, but I'm just saying, though, like in your head, you could say that, like, hey, own this shit, like take this fart, smell it.
I used to hold my farts in all day at school, for some reason. Like I would hold it during class and it would go away, and then I would have to fart the next period, and then I would hold it in, and then my stomach would start hurting, and I had to like go to the bathroom just to fart.
Fucking bloated little kids. I don't think kids are so chubby because they're like having bad diets. I think it's because they're fucking holding on to way too many farts. Dude, I was pocketing farts in fucking elementary school my whole life, bro. That's probably why my head got so big. It was just like boiling up and just the gas was just rising to my fucking.
Do you think that there should be more it should be more accepting for kids farting in school?
Yeah, I think.
Now that I think about it, I actually farted in class plenty of times, like from laughing, and then it just came out because I was laughing.
And then when you did it, did you like not care as much?
No, sometimes I wouldn't, like no one would hear it, I don't think. Or if they did hear it, I'd play it off, like what the fuck, like my shoe. You know, you try to like make your shoe.
Nobody believed you. I just hope that you know that shit. Like they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He thinks that I think a shoe sounds like a fucking perfectly sounded fart."
Oh my god, it's funnier too. Like when someone you don't know
and then notices,
because you can't like talk to them about it really. Because if I don't know you and you hear it, and I can't like explain to you like, "Oh, bro," you know what I mean? I gotta like play it off like something happened. But if it's like you or someone, I could just obviously be like, "Did you hear that?" But if it's like a random kid, I can't explain to him the situation.
you could, dude. Some people.
No, you can't.
Care. I need to start breaking more social barriers with people, dude. You know
why?
Cause man, I feel boxed in. I feel trapped in my mind. I feel like I'm missing out.
So you have to talk to people. Just
no,
randomly?
Not necessarily. Yeah, like in a way, like I wanna.
Why don't you like go out to like the club or something?
Not a club. That's not my scene. I feel like I wanna go to grocery stores. I wanna go to like random little places, tech stores, Walmart maybe. If I see like a girl. And
you mean like talking like trying to hit on a girl?
Yes,
or
yes. That's
okay.
That's specifically what I'm talking about.
I thought you meant just like.
But that could lead into like some sort of arsony, some sort of fucking
arsony.
Ding dong ditch type situation, you know.
What the fuck? What do you mean by that?
You know, just
you're trying
making
to
things a little less.
You're trying to look for like some excitement in your life or something?
No, not necessarily, but I just want to let people know what type of time it could be.
Okay, so you don't want to be predictable.
Yeah, like
I don't think you're predictable right now. Why do you feel like you are?
They're plotting on me, dog. Dude, how do you personally feel about I want to know your personal sentiment on Dwayne Wade. We have Kevin Gates live in the building on his way back from Puerto Rico. Kevin,
hey, brother.
How are you, dude?
Shit, I'm doing good. Alhamdulillah.
How have you been feeling? Recently, just heard a song of yours called MacGyver. And you got a bar in there.
Morocco.
Talking about your sexuality and stuff like that, dude. And Drika's a mature woman, but the bar that you had in particular, you said my little juvie, she goes to McKinley.
Yeah.
Sounds like a high school.
It is.
And I fuck with her. I just picked her up after school and smoked a blunt with her.
Yeah. So, I smoke blunts with minors. Because, they got daddy's money. And, when you got a child who don't even got to think about where the money going, they buy anything. So I say, hey, look, go ahead, buy this gelato. And we smoke after school. I'm 32.
Okay. So, you smoke, you go out of your way, because I know you're a busy man. You know, you got like a tour and shit like that. You know, you do a lot. You're a music maker.
Kingdom of Morocco.
You're
A breadwinner.
what indigo?
Go ahead with the go ahead.
I'm just trying to get a question across, bro. You're throwing a lot of curveballs.
Bro,
All
go
I'm trying to
ahead.
say is this: why are you smoking with somebody so much younger than you? I just want to know that. I just want to know that small in particular. That
Where you
small
from? Where are you from?
like my jeans.
No, like, where we at?
Oh, we're in Hoffman.
Okay. You just answer your own question. You know where I'm from?
No, I don't.
Baton Rouge.
Okay.
You ever been there?
Is the age of consent like what? Like a lot less out there? Or
Ain't
something?
no age of consent.
You seem to be getting like a little hostile. We could throw hands if you want to. I
at-
see you're Puerto Rican. You know how to fight. Maybe I don't know.
I met Draco when she was 8. So you talking about smoking with minors?
Okay, you just link up with him and smoke with him, and that's
I was 21.
okay. So you were hold on, dude. That's all. I just want to get one thing clear, because when I was young, I don't want to make this weird. When I was young, I would smoke with people who were older than me too. Okay,
Okay.
is that it? Like,
No.
because you went on to say in the song, I picked her up after school, smoked a blunt with her. I've been fucking with Lil Nana, but she been running from it.
Right.
When I leave, I can't run out of money. So
Now,
like,
what you think that mean?
sounds to me like you were fucking like a young person.
Now, what did I tell you earlier? Draco was 8. And I was 21. So yeah. The statute of limitations is gone. I can't get in trouble. So you think you pressing my line and I'm gonna get in trouble, but it's too late for that.
It's just hilarious to me that you think you could say all this so pridefully, like with oh man, that's crazy. Woman
See
for
ya.
sure. She certainly wasn't a woman. She wasn't a woman. You fucking creep.
You see, when I went to the Middle East, I had to learn some game. Cause the men there, they wifing children that's 7 years old. So I said, I'm gonna bring this back to the States. And yeah, I've been doing it ever
You're
since.
fucking disgusting, bro. Kevin Gates, you are a piece of shit, dude.
Kingdom of
Honestly,
Morocco.
dude, I don't know why I'm not fighting you.
Drika. You seen Drika? She Irish.
What race are you?
Italian. Moroccan. And Russian. And Russian.
I don't believe that, dude.
How? Do you not see my skin complexion?
Your hair, it looks like a.
This is a weave.
Oh, okay.
I'm really bald. But I
Okay.
said, let me get the black hair. No, it's the coarse.
Why go out of your way just to even like spite your blackness at the same time to say that you're not?
You ever seen like white boys in like the early 2000s, how they had like the spikes? I wanted that. But they didn't have it. So this was the second option. This is the closest thing I could get.
That's crazy, dude. Wow. You you would think if they could put a whole entire hairpiece on there, they would give you something that would fit like a Russian, Moroccan, Italian person's type of description.
Right.
Crazy how fitting it is, though. Like, you know,
What you mean by that?
you favor Zion Williamson a lot.
Who is that? People say I look like
Or Muhammad Ali.
people say I look like Al Capone.
Fuck, dude, I can't do this without laughing, man.
Let's get right into the shit, man.
What you talking about, dog?
Shit, I don't even know.
You got something to say on your mind, man. We haven't potted in God knows how long. The fuck?
Shit, I learned a lot about business. I tried to open up a business the other day.
An LLC?
Yeah. And it costs like $200 to open one in the state of Illinois. But shit, I'm gonna do it eventually. But I also learned, you can business expense if you have a business account and it goes untaxed at the end of the year. So like say I'm making money, right? And I run it through my business account, right? All the money goes into my business account. Uh-huh. And I decide, which a lot of companies do, like Amazon, for example.
Making money is going to a business account.
Right. And it's like, say I just don't want to touch it. I just leave it there.
You want to stack it up.
They're going to tax it if I don't spend it. But if I do spend it,
if you don't spend it.
Right. So if I leave in my account, they're going to tax 21%. However much is in there by the time I got to file for my taxes, right? Uh-huh. But if I go ahead and spend all that shit and then write it off as a business expense, I don't got to pay none of that shit. So what a lot of companies do, and what people get infuriated for, because it's like, dude, why the fuck are they not paying taxes? It's not that they're not paying taxes.
It's that they're spending money.
They're business expense, all the shit that they're making.
So like, that makes perfect sense, and that's why like I've recently been believing that like I've just had this philosophy in my head that I heard talking about like only poor people save money.
Oh yeah, like cash
like,
is trash, like that type of philosophy.
Yeah, like you gotta use your money as like employees and shit like that,
or like spend it on shit that's gonna like make you more money, like real estate or some shit like that.
Yeah,
instead of saving it. Because if you think about it, if I have a pile of cash and I just leave it there, that pile of cash is not gonna make me any more money. But if I had the same pile of cash and I bought like a fucking studio apartment and I just rented it out, I'm gonna eventually make way more money than that pile of cash that I just left sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
you gotta look at it as waves.
You either want it to like sit there, or you want it to.
You gotta use your money as employees.
And that is business advice from Suburban Minorities 101.
You're
welcome.
We have been utilizing the government utilizing for about was that 8 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah, 8 weeks. Is your name Vladimir?
No.
What is it?
First and foremost, if we're able to give people $1,300 willy-nilly.
It's willy-nilly?
It's willy-nilly, dog.
Or is it like in a state of emergency?
State of emergency? Are we in a state of emergency every year when we put that same hundreds of millions of fucking dollars in our military?
Yeah, it's
4,
defense.
5, 6, 7, 8 times that amount of money. I don't even know if that's right, but shit, that could be fact checked. All I'm saying is this: let's live a socialist society for the mental health of everybody, dog. The fuck, man. So if everybody got at least $3,000 a month, the world would be a better place.
You think the United States can afford that? $3,000 a month?
Yeah.
For everybody?
Yes. Hell yeah. Jeff Bezos alone got more probably money than any, like, how many countries combined? You don't think that, like, if that shit were to get, like, impeded on by, like, a Castro type figure? But the thing is, bro, that shit is not happening no more. Nobody's taking over anything.
No.
That sucks.
And
imagine coming up in a time where things could be, like, conquered. Must have been scary.
Well, isn't, like, socialism kind of, like, not only does like people get base pay or whatever, but then like all doctors get like, no matter what level you are, you get like the same pay rate as like every doctor or some shit like that.
Yeah, but hook up the doctors, make sure they get a lot of money.
Does it work like that? Huh? I don't think it works like that.
It doesn't work like that because everything's privatized, so we can't fathom it.
So you got like a top tier doctor, he's making the same as like this fucking
bottom tier. What is a top
tier
tier doctor? But that's the thing. We shouldn't have any tiers of doctors.
You got tiers of basketball players. Why wouldn't you have tiers of doctors? Human beings aren't made the same.
Because we're talking about basketball players don't keep you alive.
Okay, I'm saying as human beings,
the criteria for a doctor to be a doctor should be so absolutely high that there is no like faulty bullshit. And you also have the option to live off a supplemented income and just pursue some other shit without having to feel the need to go get more, because you will have everything that you need and you could buy, random accoutrements for your life depending on where you live at and how you want to spend your money and how you want to but you can't, like, even investing would probably be different because all these companies probably wouldn't exist. So
because you would have to get taxed a lot for that to work out, like the bigger corporations.
I don't know, man. People just be taking care of themselves, but that's me talking to an uneducated bunch about some shit that I'm not really too well versed in. But I just want the world to be a better place. But you know what? Fuck the world, the government too.
Shit, man. Are you gonna go to the ice wall?
I'm interested in it, but I'm a firm believer of the world being a circle, like a globe.
So do you think if you went to Antarctica, it's not never ending, or there's not like a...
If I go to Antarctica and get through the ice wall, go through the other side, I'm gonna be facing Spain or some shit. Or like, yeah, maybe like China. I don't know. I believe in it.
Why do you think it's so like confidential over there?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I think if I win, I could do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
There's like a whole like treaty, like the United Nations.
I don't give a fuck about that.
So if you get sniped, then it's just like, oh well.
I'm not gonna get sniped.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. So do you think you'll get sniped if you go to Area 51 if you got close enough?
I would probably get told to leave, maybe. But like, I think if I just like find a little crevice, hey bro, who's going there? Who's trying them?
Going where? To Area 51 or?
Bro, do you realize that I have Native American in my blood?
What does that mean?
That means that
getting through borders,
dog, shit don't apply. We could do it. We could escape low land things. We got. Clearly, I made it to this much. Clearly, I made it to this form.
I just thought of a horrible joke, and I kind of want to say it.
Say that shit, dude. Don't pussy out now. Don't be pussy on the podcast, man. That shit don't go.
I kind of forgot what I was going to say, though. What'd you say? You said Native American, so you can't get through borders, or you can get through borders, or whatever?
Swiftly. Come on, set it up. Set the joke up so it doesn't hit us hard. Come on.
I was just going to say that if you can't get through borders, how come you got wiped out by the white man's disease? If a disease can wipe you out, you don't think the speeding bullet can wipe you out?
It has nothing to do with the getting through the. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
No, true. No, but I said like a good percentage of me made it to this point. So like, but also I don't know. I could have. I had the more like the escape kind of Native American to where it was like we're gonna go flee to like the Caribbean. You know what I mean? Because the Spanish are coming, so they fled to the Caribbean.
But wasn't there already native people in the Caribbean people?
Yeah, so they were like, "Hey, man, remember them people who came over that one time, and they had some different type of shit. They were cool people, right? They told us to go that way and 3 clicks that way to follow the North Star. You know how they talk, and then they were like, next thing you know, Teshno line to motherfucking Taino Borinquen, and here I am, dude, mixed up with the fucking white man and some black people. You feel me? And I'm here. So
you're saying Native Americans went to Puerto Rico? That's what you're saying? Like
There's Native Americans in Puerto Rico.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So what the hell were you just talking about?
I'm saying like, cause maybe fucking. I got an ancestry shit.
How often do you see the Big Dipper when you look?
Frequently.
So I just have questions. I'm not saying that the Earth isn't round, but why is it that I can see the Big Dipper almost every single night, but we are going around the sun, right? And the sun is also going around like the Milky Way galaxy. Going
around in a whole different fashion. Do you not realize how big the Milky Way galaxy is?
Yes, I do.
So you know how big it is relative to the sun?
And then the North Star is always directly above the North Pole. It is always directly above it. It has a magnetic pull.
Put a pin in that, right?
As a magnetic pull.
We have learned about the North Star within the past 500 years.
Okay.
So 500 years in the grand scheme of rotating around the Milky Way galaxy is fucking nothing. So that shit's gonna remain true.
Why is it the North Star moving though?
It probably is. We're actually moving away from like the moon. All that type of shit is moving away X amount of feet, miles per per year. Shit is not still. And they put that information.
Right.
It's not like talked about a lot because we're too busy learning about fucking
still,
Kim Kardashian.
It's not still, but it's always directly above the North Pole.
Bro, all of that information is so new as to where those astrological points are still fucking applicable as we go through the fucking galaxy. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, dog.
Look up,
like when
okay.
you were outside fucking jerking, I was watching fucking the universe on the Discovery Channel, dog.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does. I know, but I know the info.
No.
I know. Okay. I know the info, bro. That's why those points are still there and they haven't changed. Is that what you were asking? Why they were there and haven't changed?
Yeah.
They're changing, but it's just that we have only moved that minuscule amount around the black hole in the Milky Way center. We're all the way over here. 500 years is like
so
that.
The North Star is following us as we're moving.
The North Star is just like a star somewhere, right? And it's moving a little bit, but like we're moving like that much over the course of 400 years, 400 years, 400 years. And there's a fucking black hole all the way over here. It takes fucking 8 billion fucking years to make one revolution around it. The stars that are over there are still going to be locked in.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Yes. I'm right.
No. All I'm going to say is go ahead and look at Stanley Kubrick. This man knew some stuff. He was involved in NASA for some reason. He is a Hollywood director, right? He shoots films, Hollywood films, and he was extremely close with the head of NASA right before the moon explorations, before they landed on the moon. And he made a lot of movies with some subliminal messaging. You go ahead and look it up. I'm not going to say anything more after that because I'm going to get killed. So just do that. And you know what I mean?
OD.
That's all I'm saying. And the head of Disney, and what's his name? Walt Disney was involved with the NASA shit too. I'm not saying nothing, but go ahead.
Dog, if you are
They're good at telling stories. Stanley Kubrick is great at telling stories. Walt Disney's great at telling stories.
Hey, bro, you're right about a lot of shit. But if you're right,
head of NASA was also a Nazi.
But all I'm saying is this: that makes the most sense based off of what we're given. You just think
head of
about
NASA was also a Nazi.
I don't know, bro.
You heard it here first.
I don't know.
Just go ahead and look it up. Look into it. I just think it's kind of weird. It's kind of strange. It's also strange that, you know what I mean, you're not allowed to go to Antarctica when that's like supposedly supposed to be like the ice wall or whatever that we're fucking enclosed in. But they have a transatlantic fucking treaty that says nobody without government supervision can explore that place. So if you go there on your free will as a human being born on this planet and you just say, hey, I want to go to Antarctica just for the fuck of it, you can't even do that. You gotta have government permission, and it has to be guided.
I get to Antarctica, I'm getting through.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. Good luck surviving negative 50 degrees literally 100% of the time. You think you can do it?
You catch me in the winter, eating a lot of steak, a lot of carrots, you know, a lot of roots, a lot of celery.
What's that gonna do?
And like dead and live turkey. I just type into my ice people genetics for like 2 or 3 months. You know, I'll be able to endure the fucking Antarctica, you know, and then come back and retreat myself.
It's overheated. Yeah. Goddamn, bro. Is it to turn off? Yeah.
All right, man. We have further technical difficulties. We're just gonna go ahead and wrap this podcast up. The government is listening to us through Ojo's camera, and we would just want to say thank you so much for listening. If you listen,
suck my ass. Go ahead and look up what I just told you.
Man.
Go ahead and look up Stanley Kubrick.
Can you
look up Stanley Kubrick?
Can you hit record again? See what happens.
It's over here. That shit is not. It's not vital.
I think you just gotta click the button.
Nope, it's not vital.
That's not gonna work.
Nope.
You just hit the play.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
How's it going?
And we're back in here after the technical difficulties. We wrapping it up. Thank you. We love you. Have a good rest of your day.
Yay.
Inshallah.
Suck my ass. All right, dude. You clearly don't want to end it on suck my ass, but